Welcome back to Sacred Resilience. I'm Christy Lynn Stoken, and thank you for being here today. This week, as the season turns and we pause in the days leading up to Yom Kippur, I've been reflecting on the beauty and depth of this sacred time. Yom Kippur, known as the Day of Atonement, is a holy day of fasting, forgiveness, and reconciliation. It's a time of reverence as well as hope and renewal. And I think those themes speak profoundly into the journey of healing from trauma. Yom Kippur is a day of fasting, not just abstaining from food, but stepping away from all that distracts, so the heart and soul can be fully present before God. In our healing journey, what if we thought about fasting in a different way? Fasting from the voice of our inner critic. What if we laid down, even for a little while, the constant barrage of self-doubt, shame, or those voices, sometimes internalized from our abuser, that say we're not enough? To fast from that self-condemnation is to give ourselves space for compassion. Yom Kippur is also about forgiveness and reconciliation. That's a hard place for many of us. When you've been through trauma, you may carry guilt, not just about what was done to you, but about believing their words, or for resting in your pain longer than you think you should have. But let me say this clearly. You did not cause the harm. You endured it. And reconciliation doesn't begin with the people who hurt us. It begins within, by extending forgiveness to ourselves. I hold a personal appreciation for Judaism and the deep wisdom of its holy days. And I also hold my faith in Christ, where I believe I receive forgiveness. But the truth is, the hardest part is not accepting forgiveness from God, but rather offering it to ourselves. That is where reconciliation starts to take root, through grace. Finally, Yom Kippur ends with hope, renewal, a fresh page. In Jewish tradition, the book is closed, and a new year begins. And so it is in healing. When we've set aside the voice of our inner critic, when we've dared to offer ourselves forgiveness, we find space for hope, for renewal, for the life that waits beyond our wounds. I read this quote the other day. It said, while it's important to act properly between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, it perhaps is more important to act properly between Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah. So maybe, as we move through this season, we take these steps together to integrate throughout the year. Fast from our inner critic, reconcile with our true selves through forgiveness, and step forward with hope into renewal. Closing the book and starting a new page. That is sacred resilience. Until next time, be gentle with yourself.
Rose and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way